So now what do you do with that? Well, let's go into PowerPoint. And I have a presentation here that if I go to my animations and I turn on my animation pane, you can see there's animations here. So right now, here's what it does. Okay, nothing too fancy, but it animates. So I can bring my audio in here by inserting audio from my PC. You following?
So you go to insert and then you go to
Audio.
audio.
Right over here. And I pick
Right.
from my PC. And I'm going to go to my desktop because that's where it is. It's test. It's going to come in here. Here's the file. Okay. Now, here's the problem with
in PowerPoint.
if I just leave it right there, here's the problem. One, it's not playing. And two, there's an audio button thing right in the middle of my screen. Audacity, right? I can play it, but it's right there in the middle of the screen. That's not what I want.
You can embed it then?
What I do is I move it off the slide.
Oh.
Interesting.
And then what I can do is when I select it, under my playback option, see what it's saying here? It's in the click sequence. And you can see in the animations, it's got an on click already on it. I can say automatically.
Right.
Now, look at what happened with the animations and how this all lined up. See where the play button is?
Yes.
Watch what happens.
It's gonna bother the presentation on the top or no?
It's an easy to use multi-track audio.
Oh, it doesn't show there.
Nope, but what happened?
It played automatically.
It played
It played automatically. When did it play?
When the slide came on, when the slide appeared.
When
No,
you were
it did not.
changing, right?
It did not. Here, let's go slide further back. So we're going to go, this is the slide that's before it. Okay.
It was after all the animations. See,
Oh, yeah. You're right, it is.
Multi-track.
That's not what I want to have happen, right? I don't want it to happen after all the animations.
So you just pull it up to the top.
Correct.
Or somewhere in wherever you want it to be.
What just happened to my animations though?
They should have just shifted down.
Use multi-track audio editor.
Oh, yeah.
Up.
iOS, GNU Linux, and other operating systems. It was developed by a group of volunteers as open source. Audacity is proud to be taking part in Google Summer Code.
It won't appear until it's finished speaking. So you need it to do at the same time.
Right, because see what these are set as? After previous.
Yep.
So yes, what you need to do is you need to set your audio to be with the previous. It's going to bring it all back, but now you can grab these, and this takes this takes a steady hand a little bit, but you can move these. So for example, if I want to play this audio.
Audacity is an easy-to-use multi-track audio editor.
Boom. I want my first animation to happen there. I see that it's at 4:31. Okay. You guys all see that?
Yes.
Okay. Now, when I figure out what this one is, topic here. Okay, so it's this one right here. So it's that, then that, and then that. So it's these three right here. So I need to set these to start with the previous. Actually, these all need to start with previous because it kind of tried to go to there. Start with previous. Right? Did I get them all? Yep. Okay. So where was it at? It was at like 4:31, right? So I got to drag this guy to 4.3. So you kind of got to line it up. And then this one, if I do after previous, where's it going to go? All the way to the end. So you can't do it that way. You have to now move this by hand to there, and then this one by hand to there. But if I play it,
Audacity is an easy-to-use multi-track audio editor and recorder for Windows, Mac OS.
so it came in right where I wanted it to. Did you guys see that, or did I go too fast?
That's what I did when
Yeah.
I had to do a lot of that, not with the audio, but I did have to do a lot of that with the animations I built into my PowerPoint for my project.
Yeah, it's tedious. This is a tedious process.
That seems like it.
Yeah, because I
But
did some like fancy stuff where it would blow up something to highlight, so I had to cut that and copy it, and yeah, it's tedious as all get out.
yeah, so this happens here, and it also happens in Storyline, right? You can either do all this timing here, or you can do the timing over there, but you still have this manual timing of animations that has to happen with audio, or you just start them all at the beginning and you don't worry about timing them to the audio.
What is the probability that if you do it in PowerPoint, when you download it to the Storyline,
Yeah, if you upload
those
this,
features doesn't work?
if you upload this into Storyline, it will take all of this with it.
It will.
But
Okay.
some of the things don't work.
Oh, they don't?
No. So I have a PowerPoint, the one I'm talking about, where I've got several things happening, and those pieces don't
Is it
transfer.
because those types of animations don't transfer?
I'm not sure exactly what the issue is. So I kind of went back and redid some stuff because I'm rebuilding this project in Storyline, which is driving me insane. But so it's, yeah, there are some things that I guess it's that Storyline doesn't do that I have happening in PowerPoint.
Okay. Yeah, that's another reason why I like to keep my animations simple. is
Oh yeah, I know I had fancy.
Yeah. So this is a thing that we would talk about later in video editing, but my rule on animations is if you wouldn't see it on television, don't do it. I mean, when you watch television, what kind of transitions and animations do you see when things move in and out of the screen? It's either fades or cuts.
Yeah.
Or what, I mean, it's really very simple. And that's my rule in video editing as well. Because the only place that I ever really, there's two places that I've ever seen really crazy transitions and animations. One is in Home Improvement. You remember Home Improvement? With
Oh, I love that show.
Yeah, but
too.
it was known for its transitions, right? I mean, the hammer would come down and nail the thing down, and it would change the scene.
Yes, it was part of their gimmick, basically.
Yes, it was part of their gimmick, exactly. The other one is Star Wars. If you watch Star Wars, they do the PowerPoint wipe stuff, right? The screen will wipe across, there'll be a circular transition. They do that pulpy type stuff. But under normal circumstances, if you're watching CSI or Seinfeld or Friends or any of that kind of stuff, what kind of transitions do you see?
Simple.
Simple ones.
Very simple. Very, very simple.
Fades.
And I think so yeah, my transitions were simple. It's just I had extra activity happening within the presentation. That's kind of a piece. And I had different layers of things. So I would have another image come over top of what was just there. So some of that did not translate well.
Yeah, that would certainly cause problems. I know one of the other transitions that I do like is let's see what's it called? It's called the push. So what happens is, so like the thing will
right there,
and then watch what happens. It slides it.
Audacity is an easy-to-use multi-track.
I tend to go to the side though. I push to the left.
Right.
So this happens, and then it kind of just slides off.
Audacity is an easy-to-use.
And then they would just keep doing that. They would keep going to the left because we've moved into a world of tablets and mobile devices.
And that's what everybody does.
They're used to swiping.
Unless you're on Tinder, and then you go.
Then you go left and right.
Not that I use that. I just know that's the thing in Tinder, left or right.
We talked about Tinder. You may not have been part of the class, but we talked about Tinder. You guys remember? As a mode of something to model. that people know the left and the right, the swiping left and right. They know that. So it's a model that you could use. But anyway, the point of this is, I think in normal, these basic simple transitions will in animations will carry over to storyline, as will your audio file. The other thing you can do is once you've got your audio file all put together, you could just export this thing as a video.
I'm now mad about my project. I'm mad about the original project because I didn't even think about adding the narrations here in the PowerPoint. I did it using Camtasia or TechSmith or whatever.
But I use
So
this
that's-
all the time. I create videos all the time with PowerPoint. You create you do it. I drop this down to like 720 because I'm playing it on a medium-sized screen here. You're not playing it on your big screen TV, right? So you don't need the high quality full HD or ultra HD 4K.
So you use
and these file sizes are going to be massive. You know, if you're taking a PowerPoint file that's what, 20 slides or something, and you're going to add in audio to it, all those things add in images and such, you're adding to that file size. So if you're going to push out a video that, let's say you're a minute per slide, which is a long time to be on a slide, but if you're a minute per slide, that's 20 minutes of video. That's a huge file. So for it to be an HD file, it's just going to be massive. So that's why I go to the 720, and then I don't worry about this too much. What this means is if you've got a slide with no audio on it, how long do you want to spend on that slide? You might drop this down to 3 seconds because 5 seconds is a long time, and then you just create the video.
2.5.
You create that video and then you let it go. Now, the other thing you could do is if you push out at 5 seconds and you have blank slides, you could go into your video editor and cut that out, you know, and shrink it down on your own. But a lot of times I do this. And then you can take this video and you can put this video in Storyline if you wanted to.